Hi, welcome to Centerville Reports Today. I'm Maureen Russell-Hodson. Well, it only happens twice a year. It's the Friends of the Library book sale. And here to tell us more, because it's coming up this weekend, we have Georgia Mergler from the library and Lynne Dodson, who is the chair of the Better Books and Collectibles. And thank you both for being here.
Sure, thanks.
And yeah, so we said it happens twice a year. We're kicking this off Thursday night, right?
Yes, kicks off Thursday night at Centerville Library at 5 p.m. But Thursday is traditionally our member preview night,
right,
which means that if you're a friend of WCPL, you can get in and shop the sale before everyone else does.
But you can become a friend that evening, right?
Right. You can become a friend that evening, so you can come right up to the membership table, get a membership for as low as $5 if you're a local resident of Centerville, Washington Township, and then you can go right in and start shopping.
And Lynne, when we talk about the Friends of the Washington Centerville Public Library, who are these friends? Who are you people?
We're volunteers.
Yeah.
Many of us retired, some of us working mothers. We started about 6 years ago as a way to raise funds for projects that are perhaps not covered by the library's budget, or they would prefer not to have them covered. So twice a year we do these sales. We have raised over $150,000, I believe now.
About
at this point.
$135,000.
Is it $135,000?
Yeah.
Okay.
Over
from
6
the years?
Sales. Over 6 years.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about some of the books that you're able to get, but really all of these funds, as you said, are going to some terrific projects. And tell us, once we raise all this money, where the money's going, Georgia.
Well, each sale, it varies, but in the neighborhood of $10,000 to $13,000 are generated from each book sale.
Amount of money.
You know, it's pretty significant when you think that most items are priced anywhere between $1 to $5. So it is significant. We get a lot of support. And then once that money is raised through the course of the year, the library will take a grant request to the Friends. And we usually present those about twice a year. The Friends will take those under consideration, and then most of the time they just ask a few questions and then they say, these are great projects, we'd like to fund those. So a couple of things that they've funded in the past are these baby board books, which this is 2 of the books that we've used in the past. These go to parents of newborn babies that are born at Miami Valley Hospital South.
Nice.
And has on the back a little acknowledgement that this is compliments of the Friends of WCPL, just to start little ones reading early and build their home library. But it also, grants go to fund summer reading club prizes during the summer, as well as programming that the library does that involves costs to produce, like the How To Festival that we just had in the fall, or Tea at 2. Even our most recent Ghost Walk that we had just have some general costs associated with planning and implementing the program. So the Friends are very supportive in that regard. They like to support things that have a very visible and high impact to the community.
And that's terrific, and it's unbelievable that you're raising all of this money on books that, who knew, I guess. Mm-hmm. I guess you knew, Lynne, because you've got all these great better books, but you were saying also books really range from $1 to $5, and it's not just books, right?
Right. In the general sale room, which is not,
we're looking at a photo now, which is wow.
Which is not the room necessarily that Lynne coordinates. The general sale room has the items that are priced $1 to $5, and it's everything from children's books to YA books, to movies, both Blu-ray and DVD, CDs. Books on CD are very popular. Among truckers, no less. We get a lot of truck drivers who come to the sale.
Well, what I love about that photo is you can see how well organized it is. You don't have to spend, I mean, you're going to spend time looking through titles, but you don't have to look for whatever genre you have because you already have everything marked.
Right. It's all, Katie Crawford, who is our book sale chair, who does a phenomenal job, has made the sale very shoppable. So when you come into the main room, it's organized by fiction, children's fiction, nonfiction, and the nonfiction is even identified in different categories. So if you're looking for cookbooks, or if you're looking for women's issues, things like that, there'll be markers, signage along the room that will tell you in the general vicinity where they are. You're still gonna have to, browse a bit, but all of the DVDs are together, all the CDs are together. So we've been commended many, many times for how shoppable the sale is.
I would think so. Yeah. And as we said, it kicks off Thursday for members, but you can buy membership at the door. It's at the Centerville Library. It continues all hours on Friday, your sale, and then also on Saturday with a special wrapping up on Saturday because you have your famous $5 bag sale.
Correct.
Everything you can put in a bag, right?
Yes, we supply you with a Kroger paper shopping bag, and you fill it to the brim with books for $5. Everything else is half off that's in the general sale room that's not a book, so CDs, etc.
Where are these books coming from, Georgia? Where
Well, do you want to field that?
Actually, yes, I would, because when we started, the books were primarily library discards, because obviously to make room on the shelves for all the new books that come out, they have to keep discarding every year. But as word has gotten out about the sale, we have gotten increasing numbers of donations from the general public. And as a result, many of those are ending up in the Better Books and Collectibles, because obviously a book that is from someone's private collection has generally not been handled nearly as much as one that's been at the library. So these books are actually in gift condition. And in fact, we do have people who come in every sale to pick up books as gifts to family members.
Well, great segue for your whole department.
And
tell us about what we can find there.
As a result of that, this sale, I will have over 2,100 books, and which is almost double what I had 2 years ago.
Oh,
so
my goodness.
the selection, if you shopped a collectibles sale in the past, you need to shop this year, because I have just got some wonderful books. I have a series of books on the animation art of several of the Disney Pixar films, and it's the actual, how they put together a given scene, how they came up with a given character, what a character looks like. I have several of these, and again, these were $40, $50 books. You're going to get these at used book sale prices. Now, in the collectibles room, everything's individually priced.
Right.
So, we start at $3. We have one book at $1,200, but most of them run under $20.
Okay, wait, stop. Yeah, we want to hear about the $1,200 book. What is that?
The $1,200, which I just happen to have with me. It is the autobiography of Matthew Henson, who was the first African American to go to the North Pole. He went with Matthew Perry, and he's actually buried in Arlington Cemetery, he and his wife, next to Admiral Perry. And he wrote this book in 1912, and there were not too many published, and it didn't sell very well, because in 1912, books by and about African Americans weren't big hot sellers. But it is a fascinating tale of his life and of the exploration, the polar exploration. There are photographs. And this, there are a few copies that have popped up at some of the rare book sites, seller sites, which is kind of how I go about judging my pricing. And this is our $1,200, but this is by and far, way above most of them. Many of them are going to be in the $5 to $10 range. If somebody wanted to start a collection, I have a lot of first edition fiction, modern fiction. I even have books of fiction from 2017. And again, they've only been read once, if that. I mean, there are books that clearly have never been read. They're still in the shrink wrap, the plastic shrink wrap. I have all kinds of cookbooks, and who doesn't want a cookbook on chocolate? I have about a dozen chocolate cookbooks.
I don't know. Georgia's liking the looks of that, aren't you, Georgia?
I was.
So this year, and we have things such as for people who collect baseball cards. I have a big 2-volume set of Topps baseball cards, pricing books. I have I've got sports. I've got reference. Cookbooks. I have some children's, not a lot, but some. I have a copy of a first edition of a book by J.M. Barrie in which Peter Pan was first mentioned. So I have some very unusual books, but then I also have a lot of books that, you'd have a great time with.
Do you collect these throughout the year?
Yes, we do. We have volunteers who sort all year round. We're currently working in the back storeroom of the Cross Point Woodburn Library. Okay. But we will have our own space in the new Woodburn Library when it's done. But we sort 52 weeks out of the year, there are volunteers busy sorting.
And where is your section going to be, Lynne?
My section, as you come in the library, you'll go to the left for the general sale, and you'll go to the right for the collectibles.
Okay.
And as I said, everything's individually priced. I do have a few DVDs, primarily television series, and I'll have some music CDs as well. So there's some graphic novels.
I like how she takes ownership. This is what I have.
It's fascinating.
Well, it's a huge undertaking.
Right.
I'm
It
sure.
is, because I do all the pricing for all of the collectibles. The sorters go through and kind of pick out what they think might work, and I'll go through a second time and see if I find some other goodies. And then I go through and I spend time online determining what comparable pricing would be. And that's how I set my prices. I usually set them below what they would be if you went online.
So you're going to get a good deal.
So you're going to get a good deal, and you don't pay postage. Most of the online ones, you're paying at least $4 for shipping. So you save that also.
Okay. Wow.
It's a science.
I guess. Well,
Nobody knew, right?
Well, I'm sure when some of these come in, you are probably very knowledgeable about what would be valuable, and you've probably learned over the years. But people who maybe are first timers would come, and I would imagine learn a lot just from talking to you.
Yes, and I go through and I show them, okay, this is what you look for if you're looking for a better book, and I have kind of a list of criteria for them to use. I used to work in a bookstore. I worked at McLean's bookstore. For people who lived here a long time ago, I worked at McLean's.
Well, I just wondered where you got all this knowledge, and that's how. So we have the better books and collectibles, but also we have books for someone who wants to take them to the beach for a read.
Right. Yeah.
Videos.
We get a lot of people come to the sale. Well, a lot of people stumble into the library not knowing there's a book sale, and then they're there and they're, what's going on? So, but teachers, this is a great place to pick up books for your classrooms for cheap. I know I'm married to a teacher. A lot of teachers spend out of pocket to.
Or for parents to pick up for their teachers, right?
Or parents to pick up for their child's classroom teachers. Or, if a child is looking for a copy of Romeo and Juliet because they have to read it for school, I mean, there are classics nestled in there too.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for one of those. I'm a high school freshman.
Well, and if you homeschool. Yeah. We have all kinds of books that could be used for reference materials. I have a wonderful full edition, full set of the Childcraft encyclopedia. And I know with the internet and all, people don't, but these are wonderful. They're full of lovely photographs, and they were put out by World Book Encyclopedia for younger children. But there are a lot of things for homeschooling, both the general and the better books. Because in the general sale, of course, you're only going to pay $1. So you could go through the children's section and pick up 10 books for your child. Your child now has a library, And so.
That's a great way to start your library and start your 1,000 books before kindergarten, right? You start them early on as well. Well, let's review the days again, because it's this Thursday, starts at 5 o'clock.
Right, 5 to 9.
Members only. But as Georgia said, even if you stumble in there, they're going to let you pay $5 and you can get the preview. And is really that the best night to go, Thursday night?
That's when the selection is the best because no one else has shopped. So
yeah, so you want to make sure that you get there Thursday, but also Friday from 10 until 9, Saturday from 10 until 5, and of course on that Saturday it's the $5 bag sale and 50% off all your AV items, which sound like they're plentiful as well.
Yes, very much so.
And 50% off of the collectibles room too.
Oh,
so we will have half off on Saturday of the collectibles room. So if you've got a book at $10 and you're not sure, you could get it for $5 if it's still there.
Don't wait. I always
don't
say,
wait.
Get it when
I
you see it.
always buy mine on the full price day, but
you don't want to be kicking yourself. And then following Monday,
City Barbecue.
Takeover,
Yep,
right?
Eat the barbecue for a good cause. All day long, they'll donate 25% of the sale back to Friends of WCPL.
You do need to get that flyer, and you can get that
coupon.
on the website if you want to stop by and pick up the coupon. And so you can support the library all weekend and then stop by in City Barbecue and enjoy lunch or dinner.
Yep.
All right, ladies, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching.